The European Union is one of Kazakhstan's main political and economic partners. In the first 11 months of 2018, mutual trade between Kazakhstan and the EU amounted to over $34 billion. The EU member countries export heating industrial equipment, medicines, tractors, power generating sets and other products to Kazakhstan. In return, Kazakhstan exports energy, transport equipment, chemical products, as well as agricultural products. Meanwhile, Kazakhstan is a leading global exporter of flaxseed. Last year, from January to August, the country sold flaxseed for $72 million. The largest buyers in the European Union were Belgium and Poland. In total, these countries imported products worth more than $44 million. As for organic flaxseed, more than half of the exported flax from Kazakhstan to the EU was sent to Germany. The Netherlands is the second largest buyer of organic flaxseed. The Czech Republic is also actively purchasing flaxseed from Kazakhstan.
Kasachstan hat prinzipiell ein sehr großes Potenzial im Bereich der Agrarwirtschaft.
Kazakhstan has huge potential in agriculture. It has the potential for livestock in the south and for growing grain in the north and center. There is a boom in eco-products in Germany. This market is developing rapidly. Kazakhstan is known by its products in this area. For example, the country is very active in exporting flax seeds and flaxseed oil. I believe that Kazakhstan could offer way more than this product. In return, Germany is open to cooperate. Kazakhstan is high on the list in terms of flaxseed production, overtaking Russia and Canada. The country has secured its status as a leader in the global market. In addition to flaxseed, Kazakhstan exports 15 types of crops to Germany, the Netherlands and Italy. The exported crops include lentils, peas, sunflowers, as well as buckwheat, oats and soy. The favorable investment environment and the rich natural resources potential of Kazakhstan attract foreign businessmen. Recently, there has been an increasing interest in the light industry. For example, Turkish businessmen intend to open a shoe production facility in the country. In their opinion, Kazakhstan has enough raw materials to manufacture footwear.
Türkiye'de ayakkabı, deri sektörü.
Footwear production in Turkey is well developed. Now we are planning to open a shoe factory in Kazakhstan. We have all the resources for this. I think that the shoes will be sold at affordable prices. Iran also has interest in the footwear industry in Kazakhstan. Tehran has been purchasing raw materials from the country to be processed before returning it to Kazakhstan as materials for sewing or as ready-made footwear for shipment. Iranian businessmen hope to expand cooperation and create a joint factory for leather shoes in Kazakhstan in the future. There is very little leather in Iran. Buying products and making shoes from it is extremely unprofitable here. Due to this fact, the price is very high. But we can say that Kazakhstan helps us. The quality of their raw materials is very high and the price is acceptable. It is important for us to sell our products and provide high-quality shoes to our customers. The Iran and Kazakhstan cooperation will help each country to achieve its goals. Calfskin is still a monopolist in the Iran-Kazakhstan shoe industry. However, soon the countries plan to agree on the supply of sheep raw materials. According to Iranian businessmen, they have enough experience and opportunities to process sheep skin and make shoes from it, and following that, the finished products will be supplied to the stores and exported abroad.
بزرگترین مشکلی که ما الان تو ایران داریم تولید زیره است. اگر بتونیم دستگاهی وارد کنیم که زیره رو هم خودمون.
Iran is popular with its high-quality leather, while Kazakhstan is known for its good taste, which is why our interests are similar. Iran has a slight challenge in procuring equipment because of the sanctions, but this does not affect the quality of our products. Kazakhstan is our reliable business partner that is very experienced in manufacturing footwear and maintaining quality. One of today's innovative and popular ideas is the wet blue leather, the blue-colored chrome tan material that is in high demand globally. Shoes made of such leather material have a bluish tint, which especially attracts Iranians and international fashion enthusiasts. Taking into account the consumption of genuine leather in Iran, the country plans to strengthen cooperation in the supply of raw materials for tailoring as well as market expansion in the future. Kazakhstan is a priority partner for Iran. Local specialists have launched a mobile application to find a free parking spot at the most dense part of the city. The owner of the free parking space is able to rent out the parking to the public and thereby earn additional income. Currently, the project developers are discussing with investors from Singapore, including one of the leading taxi services companies in Southeast Asia. The developers say that the joint project will reduce the price of parking spaces in Singapore.
В марте месяце стали призерами, получается, национального республиканского конкурса Smart Joly при поддержке фонда «Первый президент».
We became winners of the Republican national competition Smart Joly in March with the support of the fund of the first president of Kazakhstan. We went to an exciting startup event, Echelon Asia Summit 2019 in Singapore, met many people, including investors, who deal with problems of parking, traffic, and smart city technology. We understand that this can be applied here, and it is also our dream.
Мы поняли, что мы там тоже достаточно уместны, и вот как бы в принципе наша мечта это идти именно вот в ту сторону.
According to experts, there are 300 residential complexes in the capital with at least 50 parking lots. The analysis showed that every fourth resident wants to rent his place in the parking lot for 1 hour. The developers are sure that the project is very relevant today and has good prospects for growth.
Вводите это ЖК, находим его на карте.
Users of this app should enter the desired residential complex and they will find it on the map. Now we have a list of all the places that are currently being rented. The users can choose the place that they like the most from the list. For example, this parking lot is free right now, so the users can change the time and rent it today. The users can also choose the time period, for example, every week, weekdays, or only on weekends. The tariff are reduced hourly if the users rent it for a long time. Basically, they will save money.
Если же вы берете больше часов, соответственно, тарифы уменьшаются почасово. Соответственно, вы экономите.
Experts from Kazakhstan also developed another project that attracted the interest of foreign businessmen. The project is an online car wash logbook. Users can track the activities happening at the car wash in real time. The developers said that the advantage of the project is having a smart accounting system for clients. Meanwhile, automobile fans will find the car wash centers on map and queue for their turn. The project has entered Azerbaijan.
С недавнего времени мы начали сотрудничество с Баку, с Азербайджаном, а там отозвались, так сказать.
Recently, we have started collaborating with Baku, Azerbaijan. The excited developers said, "Let's begin this project." According to statistics, 30% of all car owners in the city center in Baku are car enthusiasts who are willing to rent parking spaces. The alternative is to provide less traffic roads and parking lots.
Соответственно, чтобы разгрузить как-то дороги, парковки, предоставляется альтернатива для автолюбителей.
The startup team involves young IT developers as well as students from Nazarbayev University. The Khulbuk Fortress is a tourist pearl of Tajikistan. The citadel's decor is impressive. It includes surahs from the Quran and Zoroastrian patterns above the entrance. The surahs are meant to protect the place from troubles and misfortunes. There was a city inside the fortress along with a mosque, market, canteen, theater and harem. It was built in the 19th century.
Khulbuk подарил нынешней цивилизации пять сочетаний нынешний современный город.
Khulbuk presented 5 combinations of the current modern city to the present civilization: a garbage disposal system, a rain and snow water disposal system, a water supply system, as well as warm floor and sewage systems of that time.
И канализация того времени.
These are the craftsmen's workshops. Behind these shops, glasses were blown, ceramics were sculpted, and metals processed. Archaeologists discovered artifacts 1 year ago. Now it can be seen in museum.
Здесь выставлены экспонаты, которые в ходе археологических работ
There are exhibits found during archaeological work on the territory of Khulbuk, which belonged to the Stone Age, the Bronze Age, as well as the Greco-Bactrian Kingdom and the Kushanid era. The other exhibits found belong to the Golden Era of Samanid Empire.
Основная часть экспонатов принадлежит той золотой эпохи государства саманидов.
Booklets are given to provide information about the exhibits. It is available in 3 languages, Tajik, English, and Russian. Bulletin boards were also placed in the museum. It was very important for historians to find fragments of wall painting there. Many believed that after the formation of Islam, the religion disappeared throughout Central Asia, but excavations in the ancient settlement showed that it continued to exist even after the advent of religion. The Great Silk Road used to pass through Hulbuk. Asian and Mediterranean merchants used to be there, but now the place is visited by tourists from Europe, China, and the Commonwealth of Independent States. Over the first 6 months of this year, over 3,000 tourists have visited Vosay. The travelers stay not only in hotels, but also in houses of local residents. The tourists are always welcome there.
Friendly people, amazing food, actually really, really good. We went to the National Museum of Antiquities.
New hotels, parks and tourist facilities will be built in the vicinity of Hulbuk in order to increase the number of tourists. All hostels and hotels will be renovated. There will be more than 25 hostels and hotels. Central Asia is a center of attraction for travelers from around the world. A team of tourists from Indonesia has arrived in the capital of Kazakhstan, Nur Sultan. Having traveled to 52 countries in 2 cars, the Indonesians have set an ambitious goal, which is to make a unique journey across the continent. Their journey to the Central Asian region kicked off in Kazakhstan. The amazing architecture and spirit of Nur Sultan city have won their hearts from the first glance, the tourist admits. The travelers will go to Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan.
We've been starting in 20 May of 2018, and until now we've been through for 39 countries. Nur Sultan especially is the new city, the capital city of Kazakhstan, right? And I think there is potential tourists here, and we from Indonesia also. I think it's better for us to be here and to see many things, but especially the culture. They are filmmakers because we're documenting this all the things.
Excavations of ancient metallurgical combine in Karaganda region provides the facts that high technologies are being used during the Bronze Age period. Archaeologists said that a place near the settlement of Taldisai is one of the most important areas in the history of global metallurgy. In their opinion, the pits and stone borders are ancient metallurgical furnaces. There were also settlements such as Mili Kudik and Sor Kudik previously. They were destroyed after the mining activities began. Taldisai is located 50 to 60 kilometers from Zhezkazgan city, which is why it is saved. The uniqueness of this settlement is the underground shaft-shaped furnaces that are found here. Several dozen furnaces were discovered in a small area. The complete cycle of copper production, as well as all the stages of the development of metal castings and blacksmith refinement, is also available here. This shows that a metallurgical plant was at the location during the Bronze Age 2,500 years ago. There are different types of furnaces that were found in this settlement. It is not a finished cut and dried furnace, but it's more of like an experiment. Here there is a line being traced with this design. There is certainly a modification or some changes of these structures. The emergence of the metallurgical technology during the ancient times was made possible by the elements of the local area, as well as the availability of ore processing complex with the merger of 2 rivers. Clay soils made it possible to build and dig out hard surfaces. Researchers said that scientists will discover more artifacts in the territory of the ancient settlement. This year, the dome of one of these clay furnaces will be opened. The new edition of the works of Abai was presented in Semi. The edition consists of a 2-volume book with 700 pages of poetries written in different years. The book is part of the Ruhani Kazina sub-program and is dedicated to the 175th anniversary of the Kazakh poet and writer. The book differs from the previous editions given that all of Abais's works in this book are strictly in chronological order. This is the first point. The second point is that the book includes not only poetries but also short commentaries as well. The book was published under the leadership of the candidate of philosophical sciences Hasan Omar. The two-volume book has 100 copies. The second volume of the book has Abais's words of edification, as well as his translated works and historical works of Abai Kunanbayev. In general, the spiritual heritage of Abai is an immense intellectual space that links with deep thoughts of life and its relevance. Abai Kunanbayev's poetries were translated into Kyrgyz. The publication was done by several authors. One of the authors is Perizat Almaskizli. She said that translating the Kazakh poets' works was very interesting. The words of the poetries are simple, clear, and understandable, while the rhyme helps to remember the poems easily. The poetries, when combined, create an overall picture which conveys philosophical meaning, making the reader think about life.
Ошол китепти ичиндеги биздин баягы Алы Токомбаев деген биздин улуу жазуучу.
The famous Kyrgyz poet Ali Tokombayev translated the most popular poetries written by Abai Kunanbayev in the first half of the 20th century. In our case, we decided to collect the poems and songs that were not so widely known to the public to include it in our book. However, we tried to preserve the original meaning of the poems so that the original author's intention is understandable.
Кыргызстандагы элчилик тарабынан каржыланып берилди.
Abais's creativity is original. In each of the translations, the authors managed to reveal the depth of the poet's philosophy. The translators said that it was important not only to convey the meaning of the original text, but also to do it as accurately as possible.
Ошол роман эпопеясын баарын биз баягы мектеп партасынан окуганбыз да. Анан кийин Абайдын өмүр баянын толук өзүн дагы изилдеп.
It took us more than 1 year to become closely acquainted with Abais's writings. We tried to understand his view on life, how he felt about certain events, as well as about his relationship with his relatives. We tried to understand the thing that motivates his creativity. We read Mukhtar Awezov's book, The Path of Abai, in order for us to collect the most interesting poetries.
Абай болуш керек деп айтып койдум да. Анткени ошо котормого келгенде ошо өзүнүн берген сөздөрүн мындай туура беришибиз керек деп ойлойм.
The book has not been published, but there are plans to present it to the public. The circulation of the edition is 1,000 copies, but the books will not be sold as it will be handed over to local universities and school libraries. The Embassy of Kazakhstan in Kyrgyzstan has allocated funds for research, collection of materials, and publishing the book. Semi-finalists of Central Asia's Got Talent TV project have been announced. 24 Kazakhs are among the semi-finalists. They were selected after the judicial hearings in Almaty. More than 1,500 people applied to participate in the competition. Central Asia's Got Talent is a project launched specifically for residents of Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. It aims to strengthen the cultural and spiritual integration between Central Asian countries.
Проект на очень важной стадии.
The project is at a very important stage. We have made an important decision and there is no coming back. We have conducted almost 70% of the country auditions by judges in Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Kazakhstan. We are done here. Next is Kyrgyzstan. Then there will be semi-finals. Now the most important thing is an answer to a question that worried everyone before the launch of the project. Will we have talents in the Year of Talent? Yes. Yes and again yes. There are so many of them and they are talented. I look forward to September to share this with the audience in our country and other partner countries.
До сентября, чтобы поделиться этим со зрителями в нашей стране и в странах-партнерах.
The Central Asia's Got Talent show is considered as one of the most popular television shows in the world. It is organized annually in more than 70 countries. This project, which was included in the Guinness Book of Records, is organized in Kazakhstan for the first time.
Негизи мен абдан кубандым. Ушул жобо биздин Орто Азияга да келгенине, себеби катышкан 4-5 мамлекеттен.
I'm very glad that this project has arrived in Central Asia. It has gathered participants from all 4 countries. Ordinary people take part in the show. Due to this project, new opportunities are opening up for the people to realize their creative potential.
Себеби эл арасында таланттар абдан көп да.
The main winner of the show will be announced at the grand finale, which will be organized on December 22nd. Central Asia's Got Talent will broadcast on Khabar TV.